Hello once again. On Acuras, you have something called a collision avoidance circuit. Now, this system, the purpose is first the schematic, very complicated system. However, this system works if you have a car in front of you. Let's say you're getting too close to that car. This will detect that by radar, which is in the front grille. It's called a millimeter wave radar, which is in the front grille where the emblem is. Where you see that A, it detects the distance, about 100 meters, 50 meters. Obviously, the closer you get, the more warning lights it'll warn the driver. This is so. Let's say I'm 50 meters in front of a car. Okay, first things first. I'm getting too close. How does it know? As always the case, you need a relay to turn something on. And this is no difference in that case. Whether it's a fuel pump or a starter motor, same thing over here applies. First we need current from here to activate the coil. Then this works to close the contacts, and we have 12 volts to this. That's the first thing. Where's it located? Like I said, behind front grille, where the emblem is for Acura on the A. Now, when it detects by radar, you're getting too close. A couple of things happen. As you can see over here, there's also a camera coming from here to give it the 12 volts. Multi-purpose camera. This is located wherever you have the rear view mirror. In the middle of your windshield, there's a rear view mirror, obviously located the same place in every car. You can see there's a camera above it. Well, that camera also needs cleaning, just like this radar also needs cleaning. And that happens after bad weather conditions, after snow or bad conditions like that. So you just take a cloth and you can clean the emblem, or you can clean the camera, the windshield, because it'll give you a warning light telling you this does not detect, the radar does not detect the distance. So therefore, you can clean, like I said, with a cloth, a soft cloth, or the camera on the windshield, by the windshield. Again, now once it detected you coming too close to a car, it warns you. But the other option is you have to step on the brakes, obviously. So this system called CSMBS, which is called the mitigation braking system over here. So therefore, this system over here actually can activate the brake for you. Now, you could turn off this. You could turn this off by this off switch, this module, which is an off switch. Let's look at the diagram more closely. So, collision mitigation braking system, as it's called, can be turned off. As you can see, the warning lights go to the gauge control module, which is obviously your module in the front to tell you of all the warning lights and things like that. Notice that this is also a microcomputer. That's how sophisticated it is, with a flash ROM. So this is really sophisticated. But this warning lights will tell the driver, or in audio, that's why you see a speaker here, or in flashing lights, an LED, forward collision warn indicator. All this is in this. And how does it know? By computer lines. So this is talking to each other. This is the CAN bus line. The communications transceiver means transmitter and receiver. So they're going back and forth, communicating to each other among modules, telling it the distance is too close, telling it the driver sees a warning light that this cannot detect things, it's dirty. So therefore, all these things over here are included. So again, he has to work first. He has to detect the how close you are to the car in front of you. There's a camera also giving you video information. Then, if you want to shut off the whole system, this is that module that is responsible for it. Let's say you don't want it at all. Now, the good part of it is it can avoid a collision in front of you. The bad part is if it stops the brakes, and here's the braking system over here, this relay for the brake pedal position switch over here, which goes to the anti-lock braking system, where it will stop the brakes for you if you get too close. If you don't take any action, for example, let's say it'll give you warning lights, it might even tug on your seatbelt with these Acuras, all kinds of features to give you a hint, hey, press the brakes. You're getting too close, you might end up in a collision. If you don't take those actions, it might do those actions for you, meaning it'll break the car. It'll brake for you. But once it brakes for you on a dead spot, guess what? The car behind you doesn't expect that. Guess what? He'll collide into you. So it's good and it's bad. The best thing is keep safe distance between the car in front of you. Remember the 3-second rule, 2-second rule of driving safety. So therefore, first he detects it, the camera gives you a visual, and it gives you warning lights, an audio light telling you apply the brakes. If you don't apply the brakes, then he will apply the brakes through this. Okay? So, many things involved with these sophisticated computer systems, as you can see. Very sophisticated. There's blind spot indicators also nowadays, obviously parallel parking. It does it for you. This is by radar, as I've mentioned multiple times in this video. He is the key right here. He has to work. If he does not work, no warning lights, no brakes. He's the key number one. So make sure to clean it off after bad weather, or they put it in the wrong place, right in front of the grill. That's a bad place to put that. You know it's going to get dirty and residue and all that. So anyway, once the one light gets to you, now let's say this guy's in front of you and you're getting too close to this guy. What happens if you just jump into somebody and cut someone off? It's not going to detect that. It's not going to detect every single thing that happens. So it might even give you false indication sometimes also. So you can't rely on this. It's not 100% proof. The best thing is safety, precaution, driving safe. That's the best thing. So if you're going to hit a sign or something coming too close, it's not going to detect every single thing. It's going to detect something in motion. A car, vehicle, the car in front of you is in motion. So if he's doing 50 and you're doing 60 and you're catching up to him, obviously with the distance, you know what? Eventually you'll get to catch up to him. Guess what? Here come the anti-lock brakes. Brake system is going to be activated because he said so. He said, the radar said you're getting too close. The warning system gave you a warning by seatbelts or audio or anything like that. So anyway, this is part one. Part two is going to be a little more complicated depending how the views are. Usually I go by, if one video is good, it gets views, I'll do another one. If I don't get views, then usually I don't do a second one. No, that means there's no interest. Why do a second one? Anyway, please go to my channel, Joe Electronic Schematics for Auto. And the other one is Automotive Electronic Schematics by Joseph, where those will be probably hands-on. The other one will be just theory. I'm thinking how to divide it up. We'll see how the views go and how the reaction is to these things. But remember, main point: clean these off. The camera, clean this off. Otherwise, you'll get a notification that hey, they cannot detect things, the camera or this. So, he's first. The camera will give you a visual. This will give you visual and audio. Okay, this is the audio, the LED right here. We always said there's a resistor. That's not important right now, but the speaker will give you the audio. He'll give you the visual indication of the LED telling you you're getting too close. Remember, how is this done? By communications, back and forth. See, computer lines here, computer lines here, you see? Computer lines are all over. Computer lines here. The PCM is controlling these relays also to tell it, hey, we might end up in a collision. Let's activate the anti-lock braking system. Okay? So, collision mitigation braking system, as it's referred to, there is, in the middle of the dashboard, there is a button that you can turn it off. That's your judgment, your personal judgment. Like I said, there's pros and cons to everything, but electronics is booming, as you can see, in the automotive industry. If you have children that are interested in cars, go to automotive school, learn electronics the correct way, and you'll have a great future, I guarantee you. I would not have a channel if it wouldn't be for these electronic devices that are coming up. Again, we'll go over blind spot and other difficult things that are more recent in cars. Thanks for watching.